So get this. My client was telling me a story about how his boss was yelling at him, and this was the situation. The boss had said that he was having a decent day, and then he got rear-ended on the way to work. Later that day, during a meeting, my client asked a question about a project. And just like that, his boss flipped out, yelling, seemingly out of nowhere. But it wasn't really about my client's question. Later, his boss did apologize. He said he was pissed about the accident and he just wanted the project done, not questioned. And maybe you felt that too. Someone loses it and your whole system goes on alert. But here's the thing, it's not drama. It's your brain just flipping the oh hell no switch like it was wired to. Today, I'm going to walk you through the video I needed 3 years ago when people were just telling me to raise my vibration and feel my feelings. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I spent thousands on therapy and coaches. I went way down the woo-woo rabbit hole and I came out the other side so that you don't have to. Forget the fluff. I am here to over-deliver, drop real value, and show you what all of that emotional talk actually means in the real world. Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm a brain-based leadership coach who helps stressed out leaders go from losing their shit to showing up like the leader people trust, follow, and promote. After nearly 2 decades in leadership, owning and managing 6- and 7-figure businesses, and becoming the first female service manager in a 7-location truck dealership, I know what burnout and emotional avoidance feels like. I've done the shutting down. I've done the yelling back. And I went through the mess. Now I teach the method. Let's break down what actually is happening in your brain and body when you feel stressed. And more importantly, what you can start doing about it. All right, you're activated, AKA triggered, pissed, annoyed, frustrated, tense as hell. You see, hear, experience, or even remember something that your brain interprets as a threat. Not just a physical threat, but a threat to your authority, your competence, your control, or your emotional safety. And just like that, you're in it. Hijacked by anger, anxiety, on edge with panic, or some weird mix of all of them. It happens fast. It happens unconsciously within milliseconds. This is exactly why my client was so confused. He thought he was doing something helpful by bringing up a good question. But because his boss was already triggered from the accident that morning, that question felt like a challenge. And just like that, boom, he exploded. So first, your brain takes in what you see, hear, or remember through the thalamus. It's like your brain's air traffic control tower. If everything looks fine, the thalamus sends that to the prefrontal cortex, your logical thinker. But if it senses danger, it reroutes it straight to the amygdala. No layover. As soon as that shortcut happens, boom, you're dysregulated, AKA scared, pissed off, shut down, all of the above. You know that moment when someone asks you if you're okay and all you can do is nod while imagining throw your coffee mug through the drywall behind them? Yeah, that's this. You're not hearing a damn thing in that meeting. You're watching the clock. Your jaw's tight. You're mentally already done. That's what happens when stress mode takes over. And yep, scientists can literally see this happen on scans from equipment like EEGs and fMRIs. Prefrontal, offline. Amygdala, on fire. This isn't conscious. This is deep brain background process stuff. You know, like the part of your brain that is breathing for you right now, even without you thinking about it. Your conscious thinking brain hasn't even joined the party yet. the emotional system reacts first. All right, real talk. I spent like 40 years treating emotions like spam email. Ignore, delete, avoid. Then I learned this one piece of science which really helped me understand what's going on. The amygdala is part of the limbic system. So I don't have it circled here, but it's all of the center part is the limbic system. It's your brain's emotional operating system. It's the engine driving the whole reaction. The limbic system evolved millions of years ago, long before humans had language or logic. It's often called the mammalian brain. Back in the watch out for tiger days, survival depended on feeling fast, not thinking things through. A rustle in the bushes, don't analyze it, run. That's the limbic system in action. Unfortunately, our brains haven't evolved as fast as society has. Now, it's not a tiger in the bushes, it's your kid having a meltdown in public, or getting a disrespectful email, or even when someone interrupts you when you're talking. Same system, same freakout. So, the amygdala lights up and processes the input in milliseconds, literally faster than conscious thought. If it senses danger, real or imagined, it sends an electrical signal to the hypothalamus, which is the brain's command center for the body. The hypothalamus is in charge of keeping the body balanced: temperature, hunger, stress response, etc. And here's something important to know. The amygdala doesn't just react to what's happening now, it can also react to memories, even if you're not consciously thinking about them. This is how PTSD works. So if a current situation reminds your survival brain of past danger, even from your childhood, the amygdala can light up just as if the original threat is happening again in the present moment. Your amygdala doesn't care if it's 2025 or 1997. If today's meeting feels even slightly like that time your teacher called you out in front of the whole class for not knowing the answer, boom, the alarm goes off, you're not in a meeting anymore, you're back in 7th grade, jaw tight, fighting the urge to flip the whole frickin' desk over. This is what neuroscientists mean when they say what fires together wires together. Yeah, your brain basically took a messy moment, stapled an emotion to it, and now replays the whole damn thing in the background every time you get close to that vibe. So next, the hypothalamus sends an electrical signal to your adrenal glands, which are on top of your kidneys. That signal tells them to release 2 key chemicals into your bloodstream: adrenaline for fast energy, and norepinephrine for sharp focus and increased blood pressure. All right, time to get out of your head and into your body for a sec. Picture this. You're driving, following someone. You glance down for half a second to adjust the temperature or whatever. You look up, they've slammed on the brakes to make a sudden turn. Your foot hits the brake, your heart's pounding, and all you can think is, shit, only I use the F word. That's not just stress. That's your sympathetic nervous system kicking in. Adrenaline, norepinephrine, blood pressure rising. It's all happening. You didn't choose that response. Your body did. This is your fight or flight system taking over. Your heart beats faster and harder, pumping blood to large muscles. Your breathing becomes shallow and fast to pull in more oxygen. Your pupils dilate to take in more visual information. Your muscles tense, especially in the shoulders, jaw, and fists. Your stomach tightens, digestion shuts down because it's not a priority. This is your body's way of saying, get ready to fight or run now. But here's something else that happens when norepinephrine is released. It also starts the process of inflammation. Your body assumes that physical injury is coming. Doesn't matter if it's physical danger or emotional drama. So before you're even hurt, your immune system gets a head start. It releases cytokines, which I'm sure I've said it wrong, which are tiny messenger proteins into the bloodstream. Basically, your immune system hears mild inconvenience and yells, "Deploy the troops!" Cytokines signal the immune system to get ready for healing. Swelling, clotting, tissue repair, all the defenses you need if you were physically injured. Your body is basically saying, if we're about to fight, we're about to bleed. Let's get ready. Now, when your body turns the system on for short bursts, it's smart and protective. But if this system keeps getting triggered over and over and over again without real recovery, that's when we run into bigger problems like chronic inflammation. Now, if the threat feels too big or unwinnable, your body won't stay in fight or flight. Like I mentioned with the suppressor leader in the last video, when escape or victory feels impossible, your nervous system flips to a third survival strategy: freeze. In freeze, you're still full of stress chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol, but instead of blasting out, everything pulls in. You might feel numb, disconnected, trapped, or helpless. It's your body's way of saying, play dead and wait it out. So, after that first jolt of adrenaline, the hypothalamus kicks off a hormone chain reaction that tells your adrenal glands to release cortisol. This is your body's long-term stress hormone. Now, cortisol is great when you need it, but too much, too often, it's like revving the engine nonstop. You're gonna blow something. Brain fog, stubborn belly fat, 3 a.m. wake-ups, immune dips, even a nosedive in sex drive and testosterone. We're talking ED, premature ejaculation, and low libido, even when everything looks fine on paper. And it's not because something's wrong with you, it's because your nervous system is doing exactly what it's wired to do: protect you. But when the threat never turns off, your stress response doesn't either. It just keeps pushing the gas pedal. Meanwhile, to fuel your stress response, your body starts shutting down everything that isn't essential for survival. Logical thinking, offline. That's your prefrontal cortex. Digestion slows way down. Cue leaky gut, reflux, or that weird stomach tension. Your immune system takes a back seat. Ever get sick after a lot of overtime? And empathy, nowhere to be found. Shut down. You might snap at someone and instantly regret it, but also feel weirdly justified. It's not because you're a jerk, it's because your body was trying to keep you alive. Well, I mean, you could be a jerk too. You never know. So when you're triggered, you have less access to reason. You can't problem solve clearly. You may lash out, shut down, or overreact. And this matters because if you stay stuck in that stress fog, you'll start reading every situation like it's a threat, jump to conclusions, and torch the trust your team actually needs to follow you. This is where emotional intelligence, or EQ, comes in. It's not just about managing emotions. It's about recognizing when your system is offline and having the tools to bring it back online. Real emotional intelligence starts in the body, not in theory, but in how you recover in real life. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The same system that kicks you into stress, your sympathetic nervous system, also has a counterpart that helps you come back to calm. It's called the parasympathetic nervous system. The key player in that system is the vagus nerve. I'll talk more about it in the next video, but just know this. The vagus nerve is the pathway that brings your body and mind out of fight or flight and back into regulation. So now you know what's happening in your brain and body when stress hits. But awareness is just the beginning. Here's the part most people miss. Your stress is physical, your body's reaction to a trigger. The stressor is the situation. Externally, it's the guy who cut you off. Internally, it's the memory, the meaning, the mental spiral your brain attaches to it. That's why body first tools like breath work, grounding, and tapping work in the moment. And mind first tools like coaching, NLP, and subconscious work are the tools that stop your brain from defaulting to freak out mode. Getting rid of what triggers you in the first place is the work we do inside my one-on-one program, The Empowered Leader Reset. I'm not here to drip out fluff. I'm here to over-deliver value every damn time. If this hits home, this might be your sign. Reach out, apply. Let's rebuild your baseline. Calm, clear, and fully in command. This is your pathway to promotion, profit, and peace of mind. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, where we'll break down exactly what to do the moment you get triggered with tools that actually work.